Hi guys! I'm so glad you could join me today. Now, before we get started, there are some housekeeping things. Number one, if you don't understand this video series, the link is down in the description to the video with all the context. Now that we got that out of the way, I wanted to mention that the 30-minute video format is not working for me. It's not working for you guys. It's way too long for both of us. So what I'm going to do is I'm changing the format a little bit where now the first video of every month will be the workout, maybe. We're just going to see how long the workout section even stays because, again, there's only so many things I can really do. I might bring in some guest people to do their workouts, so on and so forth. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But the first video is going to be that every month. It's going to be on the second Wednesday still, no matter what. And then on the fourth Wednesday, it's going to be the trying a new food and the happiness index video. I think that might work a lot better. It helps me spread it out since I'm now in Sunday in the Park with George and I've got a bunch of school, homework, work in general to do. So I think it's going to be beneficial for both of us. Let me know what you think of the new format. This video is going to be a little more educational than it is funny. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you can go down in the comments and teach me something because I honestly still don't really know what I'm doing. And I do want to preface this with I am not a gym teacher and I am not a health teacher or anything. I am just a musical theater major who doesn't know what he's doing ever, and I'm just kind of trying to work out and trying to spread some good vibes. So I was a little nervous about making this video because it's all about stretching, but I don't really know myself what to do stretching wise. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and I will see you later. On with the video. Hey guys. So I was using copyrighted music for this whole stretching bit, so we're gonna see how that works out. Now I don't really know the name for any of these, so we're just gonna kind of go by ear. Now this one that I am doing here, we're just gonna call the fall as Lucifer fell, if you want, or reach to the sky and then to hell. Yeah. So this is the first stretch. It's really just a warm up to the warm up, if you guess. You can kind of swirl around at the bottom down there if you want. Kind of stretch out your back a little bit. Next we go into isolations. First off is the head, so we go right and left there. And after that we go side to side. Then after side to side we move into forward and back, which looks really funny now that I'm actually looking at it. And then we just go all the way around. Now I have heard that going all the way around is kind of bad for the back of your neck, but I've also heard differently. So I guess if it hurts, don't do it. Next is the shoulders. We go with a plie, we go backwards and forwards, and that isolates your shoulders. And then after that, we move into the chest, and it goes side to side, forward and back. And then after doing that, you do a full jazz square with your chest. And then you go you bring it around town. And then you do it back the other way. So now after the chest, you do kind of a plie and you move on to your hips. And I am not isolating as much as I needed to. There we go, that's a little bit more isolated in just the hips. You kind of do the exact same thing that you did with your chest, and then you do the other side. And that's about it. It's very violent when I do it. Some people normally are a lot better at isolating. Now after that, we move on to the next section, which I believe to be squats. This section, you want to be holding something out in front of you. It seems to make it easier for me, at least. Now, normally I use a Rincon or this toy Epcot ball that I own. So I hold it out right in front of me, make sure that my feet are shoulder width apart, and then you just kind of go for it. Now, one thing is you want to make sure that your back falls a little bit towards the back, so that way your knees are not overextending over your feet, because that is bad for your knees. And if anything, you really, really want to protect your knees, because if they go, then you are SOL. So again, tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. I don't know what I'm doing, and do not follow my advice without seeking some guidance first. This is kind of just a this is how I do it, and I hope you guys all do it too. Now, I don't know what this pose is. I have no idea, but you just kind of go into it, make sure 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and then you kind of just twist your arms, and it stretches out some of the shoulder things again. You want to make sure that everything is aligned and straight, and you are not overstretching or overexerting yourself in any way. Now, that's all kind of the stuff up top. Now, next we move into lunges. Now, lunges, the main thing you want to make sure of is that your knee is not going over your foot. It's just bad if it does. Wow, my hair is so light up on top, huh? Now you just do both sides, kind of just a lunge with a little bit of a twist there. You want to make sure that your hips are aligned and that everything is straight and how it should be. After that, we move into the other floor work, which is probably my least favorite section of the whole thing, but we got to do it. So, do I have to? Sometimes the things we want to do least are the things we need to do most. You're right. Now, this next section is sit-ups, and you want to make sure that you are engaging your core and you have your hands behind your head for support for your head, and you just kind of sit up and you sit back down, and you sit up and you sit back down, sit up. Now, sometimes I take my hands off from behind my head just because I need the momentum to get up, because I am obviously not super in shape. So I tend to do crunches more, which is what I am doing currently. Now, crunches, again, you are engaging your core right there, and you are putting your hands behind your head to support your head, and make sure you do not pull with your arms at all. Your arms are not doing any of the work here. It is your core, and it is lifting your back straight up, and you want to make sure that your knees are bent. You can add a little twist in there. The twist helps to engage your core even more. After that, you kind of want to put your hands a little bit underneath your butt, and you are going to start doing leg lifts. So leg lifts, want to make sure that your head is down, number 1, Eathan, and then you would just lift your legs straight up and straight down. Now, you want to get your legs as straight as possible. I can only do so much. Again, my body is not exactly the most in-shape body in the world, but we are getting there. We're getting there. And if you keep doing leg lifts and you keep engaging your core during sit-ups and crunches and stuff, eventually you'll get to a point where you can do kind of a stand in a way. Now, I've taken classes and stuff on this, so don't try this at home right now. But eventually you can get yourself up and just kind of stay up there, and then move your legs and do whatever you want. And then you can do a full back roll, which is what we learned that first, and then we did a full back roll. But obviously I've taken classes, so don't try to do that right now. But I highly suggest learning it. Learning how to do back rolls is really fun. Now, it's time for our favorite section, push-ups. Now, I do want to warn, I did already do my warm-up today before recording this, so I am not doing as many reps as I normally do on all of this stuff, because I am already kind of tired, and I have dance class today. So you want to just make sure that you got a good stance and so on. Again, I really don't know all of the exact terms for everything, but consult a gym teacher or someone who goes to the gym a lot and knows everything. After push-ups, you go into a plank position. You can either do this in the push-up position, or you can go down onto your forearms. Since I already did it up in the push-up position all earlier today, I decided to do it in the plank position. Now, after that, we are going to move into child's pose. Now, child's pose is you want to make sure that your legs are a little bit far apart, so your butt has a nice pocket to just go into there. You want to stretch your arms out as far as you can and just kind of go down. This is the child's pose. And you want to stretch a little to the right. And then you want to stretch over to the left. And that is the end of our stretching for today. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I'm trying something new. Let me know what you think. Love you guys. Mwah.